Okay, so this is an example of a pressure tap. Now, unfortunately, I made the hole too wide, so the water's coming out here. So remember, when you don't have water around you, you will make something like this. So you'll take whatever size bottle, you will make a hole in the top, you will make a hole in the side, and then you will fill it with water. So how this works is, when you lift up the straw, it releases pressure, and then water comes out, and you can wash your hands. And then you put the straw back down, and then the pressure goes back and it stops. Okay, so that is how you make a pressure tap for if you don't have a tap and you are busy making food or something and you need to be washing your hands all the time. Make a pressure tap with straws. Okay, so who can tell me how to make one?
You need a bottle.
Yes?
And you need some straws to put holes in it.
Yes, how many straws?
Two.
Two straws. Where do you put the holes?
At top.
The side and the side.
In the middle. Okay? You put the straw, you put the hole on top and in the middle. And when do you lift the straw?
When you lift up the straw, then the water comes out.
Yes, when you lift up the straw, you are releasing the pressure and then the water comes out. Okay, the water is not enough water now. The water must be above the straw for it to come out. But that is, you saw how the water came out. Okay, so if you put more water in, more water will come out. So normally we'll put the straw at the bottom somewhere so that you can use more water. Okay? Now I want all of you to go home and try and make a pressure tap. Okay? 2 straws and a bottle.
And
Water and holes. How do you think you'll make the holes?
Scissor.
Yes?
Oh, knife.
Or a knife? And?
Then you stab it.
And put the hole in
Stab
it.
it.
Yes?
And then you put the white sauce on top.
Yeah, you make it.
Yes, exactly. So you will make a hole on top and you will make a hole here
Bottom.
and then you put the straw in and you put the straw in. Now just remember, the 2 straws must touch each other when you want the water to stop. So when you want the water to come out, you lift the straw up. That will release pressure and then the water will flow out. When you want to stop the water, you push it back down. But always make sure that it's touching each other. Okay? Now, I'm first going to talk about the plants that we're going to use today. You saw the one plant, which is this. Who can remember the name? Lamb. Here we go. Lamb's quarter. And what is it like?
For your tummy.
Yes, you can use it for your tummy.
and for your throat.
That's the other one, the round one. That's the other one.
That's a malva.
That's the malva, yes, that we showed you downstairs. So this one you can use for your tummy and you can eat every part of it. Remember? So how can you eat it?
Only the leaves.
The whole plant. So remember, you can eat the seeds as well. The whole stem. So you can eat the whole plant. And how can you eat it? How do you make it?
Fry it.
Fry it.
Or cook it. Yes, good. So what do you use it instead of? If you don't have, what?
What?
Water.
Spices.
Spices. You can use it as spices, you can use it for extra flavor, but normally you would use it to replace spinach if you don't have spinach. Okay?
You know this? Have you seen this at home? Eh? Some of you seen it? Okay, cool. I'm going to be working with this one. And some of you, I'm going to split you up. Some of you are going to be cooking in the kitchen. Some of you are going to be making pesto with me. Some are going to be making pasta upstairs. So you got something to take home and eat. But let's see what Cindy finds for you guys, because there's a lot here that she's brought up. She brought a whole garden, I see.
Yes. So all of this is from my garden. Okay, so remember I told you there are plants that grow. What do you call them? Weeds that people normally just pull out. But these plants you can use to eat and for medicine. Okay, so this plant is called amaranth. It is a weed and it is known as an ancient grain. So you see this little pink bolletjes on top? Okay, so when this grows bigger, it becomes red. And these things, these seeds, are called grains. And so you take the grains off and you dry it out, and you can make popcorn or flour or anything like that. So this can be made into flour. Now the leaf, it's okay, these leaves are a bit small, but they also get big like this one. Okay? Yes, like the lamb's quarter. So these leaves, they grow big, and you can also use it for spinach. Okay, there's lots of nutrients and vitamins in here, but it is antibacterial, which means that you can use it for any sickness, any bacteria, any germ that you have in your body. You can take the leaves, soak it in some hot water and drink it as a tea. Okay, so if you have a cold or anything, you can use these leaves as an antibiotic instead of going to the doctor for an antibiotic. It also is anti-inflammatory. So if you have like joint pains or whatever, do you know what arthritis is? Okay, so this also helps with that arthritis pain. That is the amaranth. This is the lamb's quarter.
And that's nasturtiums.
Nasturtiums. Yes. Nasturtiums. Okay, so they come on a long vine. They also grow. They can be a plant or a weed. You can eat the whole plant. So on here you can see there's flowers. So the flowers you can make vinegar from, and you can use
And
it.
you can make salt and vinegar.
Yes, and you can use it to make decorations when you're making food. The stem you can also use. You can fry it like onions, and then you have these little things, these seeds. Now these seeds get quite big, but I couldn't find a big seed today. Anyway, so these seeds on its own is a dewormer. So if you have worms in your stomach, or if your dog has worms or whatever, you can actually use this for worms. Okay? You can also pickle it. So that is like, you know what gherkins are? So you can do that to it, make it into pickles. And it is antiseptic. So if you have a wound, if you have a cut or something, you can put that on there, and then it cleans the wound. Okay, so it has lots of food and medicinal properties. Now the leaves, if you smell this, it has like a peppery smell. Pass it on to everybody. So the leaves, there are 60 different ways to use the leaves to cook. Okay, so you can cook a lot of things with the leaves. So today we're going to use this to make pesto.
I already smell.
Can you smell the smell?
Yes, smell like pepper.
Yes, it smells like pepper. So it has like a chive and peppery taste also. Slightly bitter, but it has that peppery smell and taste. You want to smell, Laura? Okay. But I didn't make the pine. So what is this?
Wheat.
And the name? Nasturtium. Okay, so now I'm going to make the pine needle tea. All you need is, you need to chop. So you take the pine. And this comes from the white pine. And normally it has 5 little leaves. So this is the leaf, 1 leaf of a pine needle tree. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So in here or on here is natural yeast. And yeast is what you use to ferment things, to make things a probiotic, to make bread rise. Okay? Those are the types of things that you use. It's also used for gut health. Okay? So if your tummy is not liquor, you also use this for any fermented something or whatever you can make this. So when you, because it has natural yeast on it, you're just going to add water, but not tap water, because tap water has chlorine in, and the chlorine will kill all the yeast. So you must use bottled water, okay, that you buy in the shop or from the kettle, but preferably bottled water. So you just take this and you put it in a bottle. Try not to wash it, because if you wash it, it will wash the yeast off, and you want to keep the yeast on there. So you're going to put it in the bottle like that.
A week from now, we should be able to have a conversation on how to set it. Brilliant. Thanks so much for.
Okay. Now normally you would chop it, because if you chop it, it opens up and you can smell and whatever. But this is full of vitamin C. It's got more vitamin C than an orange. So it's very healthy for you if you have cold or you just want to be healthy. Very healthy for you. So when you add sugar, you will add where are my people? Zen? Can somebody bring me some sugar, please?
I can help you guys.
I need a cup and I need some sugar.
Cup and sugar, sure.
Thank you. Okay. So you will fill this up. Normally you will take 2 cups. You fill the cups with this and then you put it in. But we don't have a lot of time today because the pesto and the pasta takes long, and you are going to make that today. So you are just learning about what is going into the pesto and the pasta right now.
Okay.
Okay. But all of you, before you leave, you're going to take some pine needles and your bottles that you brought, and then you're going to make your own pine soda. Okay? So you would take it and you would put in there, and then you would add water. You would add 2 cups of water with your 2 cups of pine needles, and then you add some sugar. Now the sugar is what will cause the bubbles to happen, and the bubbles is what will make it like soda, like Sprite. Okay, so it's going to have like a Sprite taste. Yes, so this is how it looks afterwards. Okay? This is how it looks afterwards. So after you put the sugar and the water and the pine needles in, you let it stand for 3 to 5 days. Okay? Because it needs to create the bubbles. So after a week you can drink it. That's why you must make a lot. Okay? And then every day you must just open the top so that the bubbles can come out. Otherwise the bottle is going to explode. And then you close it again. And you leave it.
How long
Okay?
must you leave the bottles?
3 to 5
3
days.
to 5 days.
3 to 5 days. How long do you leave?
How long would
Oh, no, you just open it like that and then you close it.
and not let
Just so that some of the bubbles can come out, otherwise it will build up and explode. And then afterwards, it will taste like You see there's a jug there with pine needles in. It looks just like this. So you can taste some of that later. And you can see it has like a Sprite fizzy taste. Okay. Okay, let's go inside so that you guys can start with your pasta and pesto.